Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Brewers TV presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Game number 4 of this 5-game series between the Brewers and the Cardinals. The Brewers sweeping the doubleheader yesterday. First time in franchise history that the Brewers have ever swept a doubleheader against St. Louis. It was Jacob Misiorowski getting the ball rolling. 11 strikeouts, no walks. Robert Gasser pitched into the 8th inning, and the offense took care of the rest. Luis Lara in his big league debut had another big inning. 7 straight wins against the St. Louis Cardinals, trying to make it 8 in a row tonight in game number 4. Matchup on the mound is a rematch back from May 26th. The Brewers would win that game 6-0 behind Kyle Harrison. 6 scoreless innings, just a couple of strikeouts. Knocked out Michael McGreevy in the 5th inning. That 5-run 5th, that was a big deal against McGreevy, the right-hander, former first-rounder for the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Busch Stadium with Tim Dillard and Sophia Minnaert down on the field. Jeff Levering with you. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. And it was an amazing double dip yesterday, and hoping for another great starting performance from Kyle Harrison, his final one before the All-Star break.
Yeah, I'm glad there's only one game today, Jeff, but we're going to get the wrong-hander that's been doing a lot right in the first half. Kyle Harrison, he's just 24 years old, but he's already in his 4th season in the big leagues, and he's basically a 2-pitch pitcher. A 4-seam invisiball at the top of the zone, and then the slurve. I love the slurve. Down and in on the righties, down and away to the lefties, but that's what it is. It's about walks are down and strikeouts are up. He's been outstanding. He eats innings, and he's good against righties and lefties. So, yeah, the southpaw, he's doing something that, you know what, the Brewers haven't seen a lot of when it comes to a left-handed starting pitcher.
Johnson Financial Group player profile. Brewers' lowest earned run average by a left-hander prior to the All-Star break all time. He's right there on that list with Teddy Higuera, Mike Caldwell, Bill Travers. He's got the 5th lowest earned run average before the break minimum. 15 starts in franchise history. Talked about the doubleheader sweep yesterday. It was a memorable debut in game number 2 for Luis Lara, one of the top prospects in the organization. Sophia Minnaert has more on Luis's big day when we come back. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Freightert and the Medical College of Wisconsin.
For a day full of good.
Brewers TV is brought to you by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers fans filing into Busch Stadium, getting ready for another night of baseball on a hot, humid night here in St. Louis. But it has been a good series for the Milwaukee Brewers here so far. They've won each of the first 3 games, and it's been even better for Luis Lara. He's back in the lineup after making his Major League debut yesterday. Made his debut in game 2, got the start in center field, and tonight he is back in there, gets the start in right field in the place of Sal Frelick. Hi everyone, Sophia Minnaert here at Busch Stadium, and Luis Lara made his Major League debut, a day to remember as the Brewers swept the Cardinals for the first time in franchise history here in St. Louis, and Luis Lara had his impact all over game 2's win yesterday, and he knocked off a couple of milestones in that debut. We go to the 5th inning, and he recorded his first hit, his first RBIs. It was a big RBI double. You see the great reaction from his Brewers teammates in the dugout. Of course, he got the ball, and a big reaction from him when he finally reached base. And then in the 7th inning, his speed on display, scoring from first all the way to home, perfectly turning the bags there, showing off his athleticism and his impact on the base path. So for Luis Lara, this was a dream come true and something he will never forget.
Como el sueño de un niño que siempre ha pensado en este momento. El momento llegó, Dios me dio la oportunidad y de verdad que me lo disfruté al máximo.
A kid's dream. You know, a kid's dream. It's the moment you always dream of, you know, whenever you are a kid, and that moment arrived today, and so I think I enjoyed it to the maximum ability that I could.
Lo primero que pensé cuando pasó el batazo es que iba a traer 2 carreras. Después cuando llegué a segunda caí en cuenta que fue mi primer hit, llegó la emoción. pero lo primero que pensé que fue que empujé 2 carreras y de verdad que es una de las cosas más importantes para mí, hacer que el equipo pueda ganar.
No, as soon as I made contact there, all I was thinking is that I was going to, hopefully be able to push 2 across. I think once I reached second base, that's kind of whenever it set in that was my first hit and some of the emotions came and everything. But again, whenever I made contact there, I was thinking that I was hoping to be able to push 2 across, and that's the most important part, just being able to help contribute to this team and help them win.
Luis Lara making an immediate impact, helping the Brewers sweep the doubleheader yesterday. And the Brewers have had great success against the Cardinals and their division rivals. They are 7-1 against St. Louis, looking to extend that winning streak and go for their 5th consecutive win. First pitch and lineups with Kyle Harrison coming up.
Whole Foods Market.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. By Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. By Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. And by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. Some of the sights from yesterday's doubleheader sweep. Brewers have won the first 3 games of the series. Brewers have outscored the Cardinals 18-8. In the first 3 games of this set. St. Louis Arch with Tim Dillard and Sophia Minner. Jeff Levering with you. Nice sunny day today. Had a pop-up shower this afternoon. Cooled off some of the humidity, but still a very pleasant night for baseball as Pat Murphy and the Brewers trying to make it 8 straight wins against the Cardinals. They've already won the season series against St. Louis. Might as well go for more of that gravy. Brewers 29-15 so far on the road, the best in baseball. Starting line for the Brewers brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yelich, Churio, and Bowers. That's your first 3 in the lineup. Contreras, Mitchell, and Lara, who's in the number 6 spot today. He's in right field. Cooper Pratt's at short. Joey Ortiz having a monster road trip, 8 out of 18. He bats 8th at third base. And Greg Jones makes his first start with the Brewers. He is at second base. No Bryce Terang, getting a routine day off today for Bryce. Had to play both ends of that double dip. How about StatCast powered by Google Cloud? Offense in this series, 28 hits. And the extra base hits, Tim, are really catapulting the Brewers. You see the 16 singles, of course, but 12 extra base hits.
Yeah, that's something that the Brewers, I wouldn't say they were relying on it. They were still getting their hits, getting their singles, but now you're starting to see these extra base hits top to bottom. That's when you're going to start winning by a large margin. That's why they have outscored the Cardinals 18-8 so far in these games. As we take a look at Michael McGreevy getting ready to start against the Brewers. First time since May. 17 starts for the 26-year-old. This is a first rounder from 2021. It's his birthday today. He probably blew out some candles. It's his 3rd major league season. Career start number 37. Throws low 90s fastballs, low walks, low strikeouts. He's just a professional barrel misser.
It's been 2 months since he has last had a win as well. Here's the defense behind him.
Velasquez out in left, Nootbaar in center, Walker in right, Jordan, Wynn, Fermin, Burleson around the infield, and Pedro Pajes back behind the dish, pushing the buttons for McGreevy.
Home plate umpire today is Jen Powell. Todd Titchener is crew chief. He's over at first base. Clint Vondrack is at third, and Adam Hammery is over at third base. Christian Yelich digs in. Had 3 hits in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. It was 0 for 5 in the nightcap. And it's a rematch from back in May. McGreevy against Harrison, getting ready for our first pitch. It's brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. McGreevy, very slow tempo. It's his windup and pitch, a line drive right back up the middle. I'll pick up right where you left off. Brewers offense, leadoff single for Yelich. That didn't take long.
Yeah, just 1 pitch, fastball, 92 miles an hour, right down the middle. That's one you don't take. Good for Christian Yelich being aggressive. Seeing a lot of that in this series from him. His 4th hit in 4 games.
Brings up Jackson Churio, who will hit from the right side of the plate as we open up the game today. A lot made of his at bat last night from the left side of the plate. He chops this one into the ground, third base side and foul. was his first ever swing from the left side of the plate from all accounts. Fun moment against the position player. Grabbed Jake Bauers' helmet. Went to the plate, swung in the first pitch, and almost got it out.
He was grinning before the ball was even out of the infield.
William Contreras was right in the middle of all of it. Chourio down in the count, 0-1. It's 0-2.
Well, the other team rolls out a position player to throw. I mean, why not have a little bit of fun with it? We knew something was going on. There were too many people right around the entrance to the dugout. There were helmets going everywhere. He was trying to find a left-handed helmet that would fit. The Jake Bauers fit like a charm. Really good swing from the left side.
That strike 3 called on Chourio. Couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball. First strikeout for McGreevy. Tim, your Miller time game plan.
Yeah, let's check it out. Number 1, this is for the offense. Just take a dip in the pool. Pull the ball. McGreevy doesn't throw overly hard. It's going to be low 90s, so why not try to get out ahead? And then this one is for Kyle Harrison. Deep counts are bad, okay? When he is doing the best is when he is getting early outs. For Mr. Harrison, I think it's going to be good for him to stay away from those deep counts.
This is, as you mentioned, an offense that likes to swing early.
Super aggressive.
Pretty good call there, Tim. Is that from South Park? Is that what you were going for?
I don't know. I have no reference. Just kind of came up with it.
Okay. Bauers takes outside. Bauers in the 3 spot, 3 out of 9 in this series against the Cardinals. Both of his extra base hits are doubles. Two 2-0 on Bauers. McGreevy, when he holds runners, looks over his right shoulder. That is not normal for right-handed pitchers. Some guys do it.
No, he's really good at controlling the running game. One of the best in baseball. Just 3 stolen bases allowed. Real quick to the plate.
3-0 on Bauers.
But he's had some tough luck for a guy that has a 3 ERA, a low 3 ERA. Cardinals have only won 1 game in his last 8 starts.
3-0 to Bauers. Green light. He swung through it. Last 9 starts for McGreevy. 0-5 in ERA, just under 4. He's only allowed more than 3 runs twice in that time span. 3-1 to Bauers. And that's ball 4. So 2 are on with 1 away for Contreras. Brewers drew 3 walks against McGreevy back in May. Good numbers here at home. The 1-2 record, but a 1.96 ERA. Contreras looking for his first base hit of this Cardinals stretch of the road trip. And ball 1. Close. Not worth the challenges early for Pedro Pages, who controls the running game exceptionally well. Shot to center. Back is Nootbaar, who makes the catch. 2 away after that line drive hit by Contreras.
Not sure Nootbaar saw it off the bat right away, battling some of the shadows coming creeping above the top of the stadium.
Two-out RBI opportunity for Garrett Mitchell. The Brewers feels like they've had men on base this entire series. 12 for 40 in the first 3 games of this series, with runners in scoring position. Mitchell off the end of the bat. Tough play. Win Throws across his body, not in time. The bases are loaded. Another at bat with the bases loaded coming up for Luis Lara. Too much speed from Garrett Mitchell.
Yeah, first pitch changeup down and away off the end of the bat. I mean, to get an infield hit to the direction of Mason Wynn is tough to do. He's fast, he's got a cannon. That's why he unleashes right here, because he knew if Garrett Mitchell just has one small step, he has a chance. But Mitchell way too fast.
Lara takes low with a curveball. 1-0. Lara, big league debut yesterday, had a base hit in his third at bat. Drove in a couple of runs. Also drew a walk later and scored from first on a double. Lara takes a strike. This is his first big league hit. Shot it through the right side off 100 Dobbins. Extended the Brewers lead to 3-0. Now trying to give the Brewers the lead in the first, and Lara takes a strike. It's 1-2.
He asked for that baseball at second base, got the baseball, got a hologram sticker, took a picture with it. He was also on headset today talking to the guys at MLB Network, getting a lot of publicity, and rightfully so. Really enjoyed watching the game yesterday and all the things that he was able to show what he's capable of.
Just good at bat after good at bat. Needs one here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it skips in the dirt.
Well, to get into that count before the hit was a 3-1 count. He took a couple of close pitches, and this is something you and I were talking about. Just his approach. He's very balanced on several different pitchers that he faced and several different kinds of pitches. You can tell a guy by the way he walks into the batter's box, the way he takes pitches, how comfortable he is. And this young man is at home in the batter's box.
Again, took a tough changeup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be in motion. Longest at bat of the inning for any Brewer against McGreevy. Right-hander sets in his 3-2 pitch. Chopper to third. And Lara's out. Brewers loaded him up. Leave him loaded. Kyle Harrison coming out for his last start before the All-Star break. Looking to spin another gem for the Brewers. Dad.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Kyle Harrison will face the St. Louis Cardinals for the second time this year. This is the lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Wynn, Herrera, Walker. He's got 3 homers and 11 RBIs already the month of July. Velasquez, Burleson, Fermin, Jordan, Newtbar, and Pajes. Final start of the first half for Kyle Harrison. Start number 17 overall, Tim.
Brewers are 12-4 when this man starts a ball game. Strikeouts are up, walks are down, gets a lot of outs in the air.
First pitch swinging, fly ball to right. Back is Lara on the warning track, leaping, and he dropped it. Part of learning these big league ballparks, learning the warning tracks. Certainly a catchable ball for Luis Lara. Mason Wynn ends up at second base.
Yeah, I think he tracked it well. He got back there, but I think he maybe lost it in the sun a little bit. Now he's feeling his mouth. Wonder if it caught him. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, hit him right in the face.
Yeah. Maybe it clipped his glove a little bit. Yep. Ouch.
Certainly.
You can see how bright it is when he got out there.
So runner at second. They rule that a double for Mason Wynn. Leadoff man aboard for Ivan Herrera. Two balls, no strikes. First appearance in right field as a starter for Lara. Moved over there late in the game last night, but the sun was already set at that point. 2-0. High foul down the left field line.
Yeah, another thing too is he got back there so quick that maybe because he beat the ball back there, it ended up not carrying as far as he originally thought.
And that warning track widens at the point that he got there. Still checking out his lip. 2-1. Harrison working on Herrera. 2-2. He just wasn't sure where that wall was going to come into play, so he made the leap.
I don't think it was a leap to try to rob anything. I think it was a leap to maybe brace himself going up against the wall.
Herrera will use his timeout. Herrera 2 for 10 in the series. Just 2 lefties in the lineup today. Burleson and Nootbaar down in the 8 spot. 2-2. Harrison only lasted 2 2/3 innings in his last start against Arizona, the first game of this road trip. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits through 72 pitches.
Well, 2 things. Half the hitters he faced saw 6 or more pitches, and he was only 5 for 15 first pitch strikes.
To second base for Greg Jones. He throws out Herrera. Over to third goes Wynn. Rest of the defense behind Harrison. Tim.
Brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Churio in left, Mitchell in center, Lara in right, Ortiz, Pratt, Greg Jones getting the start at second base. Bryce Terang is in the dugout taking an off day. Jake Bauers at first. William Contreras back behind home plate pushing the buttons for Kyle Harrison.
And Greg Jones over there at second base. Infield comes up for the Brewers for Jordan Walker. Swing and a miss. He threw a changeup. Walker not shy on attacking that first pitch. Had the hardest hit balls of the day yesterday for the Cardinals.
He is a 43% first pitch swinger. That's one of the top 10 in baseball.
It's an 0-2 count on a guy who can strike out. That's what Harrison's looking for right now.
Well, you got the defense playing in, and I bet they're a little reluctant just because of some of the balls that Walker hit yesterday. Absolute rockets. Last thing you want to do is be playing anywhere close. But like you mentioned, every single game, this guy, he waits till the pitcher gets on the mound. Everything is set, but with 2 strikes, he wants his timeout.
He used it there against Harrison, who was all set to go. And now we ride with Walker. 0-2. Just missed. Tried that slurve. Walker didn't bite. That's a pitch that he would swing at 9 times out of 10 in the last few years.
Well, he didn't throw the changeup much. So to start that off with that pitch, good move. Fastball, slurve. Now we've seen all 3.
1-2. And to right center. That's well hit. Back Mitchell. Can't make the play. Bounces off the wall. It'll be a double for Walker. And it's 1-0 St. Louis. That was a pitch that was about shoulder high on Jordan Walker.
2 to 3 inches above the zone. I mean, he has totally revamped his swing on what he's trying to do. Look how quick it is. Fastball up and away, and he goes up and away. Lara plays back just in case it bounces off the wall. Lets Mitchell go for it. And honestly, if Mitchell can't get there, there's probably not too many outfielders in baseball that could get that close. 19 doubles for Jordan Walker on the season.
Velasquez now gets into one down the left field line. It is foul. Strike 1. Another first pitch ambush. This time a slurve though from Kyle Harrison. Cardinals are looking at it just in case, and they will not challenge.
Well, Mason Wynn led off. He ambushed a fastball to right. Walker got the fastball above the zone, and Velasquez is like, well, I'll start swinging, get real aggressive.
Jordan Walker was hoping. Nope. Skips in the dirt, knocked down by Contreras. So a couple of doubles in this opening inning for the Cardinals. They have their first lead since Monday. Or I should say since game 1. Brewers came back and won the ball game in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Brewers trailed by a 3-0 score, ended up winning 4-3. Did the same thing in game 1 on Monday, trailed 3-0 in the 7th. Brewers got 4 that inning. 1-2. Close. Didn't hit the spot. Challengeable, didn't do it. 2-2 on Velasquez. Got him. Good changeup. First strikeout for Harrison.
Again, it's the pitch he throws the least. Has already looked good. You're seeing a lot of Cardinal batters probably thinking down and in for the slurve, up and away for fastball. So a changeup is becoming the good little wrinkle to kind of mix in between.
Monday pitch cast there on the changeup, the kick change from Harrison. Now Burleson takes a high strike. Oh for 8 in the series. Alec Burleson. Limit this inning to the 1 run if you're Harrison. Burleson not going to do that. That's headed towards the gap. Another double for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's 2-0. Fastball right down the middle. Burleson gets his first hit of the series.
Yeah, not his best fastball either. 93. We've already seen him up to 97. Burleson has just been nonstop swinging the bat in this series. Hasn't been coming up with much, but he comes up with one all the way into the gap, hits the wall, drives in Walker.
So Chris Hook is out to chat with Kyle Harrison. 19 pitches so far in this inning. On the first pitch he threw, fly ball to the right that should have been caught by Luis Lara. Try and flush it and move on. Try and get Fermin.
Oh, giving up some hard contact as well. I mean, it's a pretty good approach that we've seen, at least for the right-handed hitters. I think Burleson got a cookie on that one and didn't miss it, but that's where he is right now. He is only really capitalizing on mistakes.
Ball 1 high on Fermin. Guy usually gets a ton of swing and miss with the fastball. Didn't get a lot of swing and miss from the Cardinals back in May. Only struck out 2 batters. Only allowed 4 hits in that appearance too. 6 scoreless innings. Two and 1 for me.
Well, it's always good to get strikeouts. In some of his best games, he's had a lot of strikeouts. But he's also proved that he doesn't need that pitch. We've seen a couple of guys already in this series, Drowan and Gasser. Not a lot of strikeouts, but quality starts.
And a challenge here from Contreras.
The catcher is challenging the call ball.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it is a strike.
Milwaukee has 2 challenges remaining.
Most of the baseball inside the box there, so it's 2-2. Flip the count on Fermin. Fermin out to right. Lara gets another try and makes the catch. Inning over, 3 doubles for the Cardinals. They have a 2-0 lead.
Michelin, motion for life.
Working on a win, brought to you by the Home Depot. Cooper Pratt, game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. First career triple, also doubled, scored a couple of runs, drove in a couple of runs. He had his fingerprints all over that game last night.
Yeah, had some walks in this series. He has scored 4 times. Pretty much every time he leads off, he is finding a way on base.
Only team in the big leagues with 3 players age 22 or younger on the active roster. That's the Brewers. Strike on Pratt. Pratt, Churio, Lara. Chasing a couple of runs against McGreevy. The Brewers had the bases loaded in the first inning against McGreevy. Came up empty. There's the 2-1. Missed his spot, but gets a strike. Pratt, Ortiz, and Jones scheduled against McGreevy. 7, 8, and 9. See Luis Lara there. Fouled away. Busy first inning for Lara.
I think the ability for these young hitters for the Brewers, these rookies, and of course Churio as well. I mean, they'll work really good counts.
Tough play. Mason Wynn puts his foot in the dirt, throws wide. Pratt is safe. Tough play. See the arm there from Wynn. Got there in plenty of time, but off the mark. Got to be a base hit for Cooper Pratt. It is. Leadoff man on for a second straight inning.
6th pitch, a slider down. Tries to sneak it into the 6-hole. Wynn gets to it quick. Throws a straight line across the board, but that pulls Burleson off at first.
Joey Ortiz, he's having a great series. 5 out of 10, homered in the nightcap last night. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base, and Pratt is out. Tag was up around the knee. If he is indeed out, the Brewers don't challenge this. It would be the first time he's been caught stealing. Hand up still. Time winding down. No challenge. First time Pratt's been caught stealing. Tough pitch to throw on too. Sweeper down and away.
Well, a guy that is notorious for controlling the running game. He's very aware. In fact, too aware probably last inning, but as you see there, he goes in feet first, gets tagged around mid shin. I guess he was thinking his spike was already on the base.
Close, but not close enough to challenge in the second inning. Ortiz takes a strike at the bottom of the zone. Brewers were playing some hit and run right there, but a tough pitch to do anything with if you're Ortiz.
Yeah, he was either hit and run or he was just trying to protect the runner by swinging at a sweeper down and away off the plate. That pitch right there. I think that's what McGreevy's going to try to do too. He throws all 3 kinds of fastballs, a changeup, curveball, sweeper, slider. Kind of just mixes it all in there.
One, 2. Got him. Second strikeout for McGreevy. 2 away for Greg Jones. Brought up yesterday with the injury to David Hamilton, so Jones at second base today. Strike one on Jones. Is 2 for 21 with the Brewers this year. Is having really good success in AAA. 289 the homer, 14 RBIs. Lines it foul. Also stole 21 bases down in Nashville.
He's also the only guy besides Bryce Terang and David Hamilton to play second base for the Brewers this season. At least starting a game. Bryce Terang with a rare day off.
0-2. Yes, he did. A couple of strikeouts in the inning from McGreevy. He's got 3 in the game. Caught stealing, ending what could have been for the Brewers in the second.
And the Brewers back to work here in the second inning at Busch Stadium, and Harrison is looking to bounce back from his last start against the Diamondbacks at the start of this road trip. He was unable to make it out of the third inning due to a large pitch count, 38 pitches for him after being pretty efficient in the first 2 innings, and he gave up 4 hits and a walk in that inning. And talking to him about it, he said, look, the Diamondbacks, credit to their lineup, they had a good approach, and he said there are some things that you can take away from that in terms of making an adjustment the next time out. He said, first of all, he saw that they were taking all of this stuff down in the zone. He said, I was getting boxed into bad counts and full counts, tough at bats. So he said, I need to be more aware of that and make the adjustment faster. He said, what you can do there when you see that, move the fastball around all parts of the zone, not just at the top of the zone. He said, I need to do a better job of executing off speed, and was frustrated by the way he just wasn't able to finish the at bat. So he said, tonight I need to be more in the driver's seat. And Tim, you mentioned last time out he was just 5 for 15 first pitch strikes.
Yeah, that's really good, Sophia. Thank you. Yeah, and when you have a young pitcher that maybe can't recognize it in the moment, but then goes back and look, I mean, then you start making adjustments. I think he's already looking to make adjustments just from the first inning. He saw what the righties were trying to do, hit the ball to right field, see it up. I think we're going to have a challenge.
Catcher's challenging the call ball.
Second challenge as many innings for William Contreras, and he's going to be wrong. Maybe has challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
1 left for the Brewers.
But yeah, sometimes as a pitcher you can have the best stuff in the world, but a team's approach is just to do that, to foil what you're doing. And sometimes the plan you put in place, you got to make adjustments, and you got to do it fast. You got to do it on the fly.
Nootbaar into right, back goes Lara, spun around, spins around again, and he caught it. Luis Lara smacks into the wall. He hangs on to the baseball. That's out number 2. Wow, the athleticism that we just saw from Luis Lara. And he hit hard on that right field fence.
Yeah, clearly shook up. Trying to get his footing there at the end and couldn't stop himself. Hits the bottom of the wall. Got turned around, went the wrong way, made the adjustment, and right in the middle of the Budweiser.
It's a great catch right into the webbing there, and then shoulder first into the D of Budweiser. Ouch. So he took one off the face in the first inning, and then the shoulder jams into the wall. Tough start for Luis Lara out in right field with that sun setting.
Yeah, you said it earlier. It's tough to start learning these ballparks. You take it for granted sometimes, the guys that have been to all of these stadiums 5, 10, 20 times. They know all the tricks. They know all the things. We saw Sal Frelick talking to Luis Lara during the game yesterday about, hey, watch out for the lights right here. Just little nuances about each ballpark that you're going to have to learn over a long career. Glad he's okay.
Ball and 2 strikes on Pedro Pajes. Brewers already banged up as it is. It's low. Struck him out, used the slurve. Kyle Harrison picks up his second K. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Luis Lara, nice play out in the outfield. Top of the order coming up.
Celebrate Hispanic and Latino cultures at the annual Noche de Cerveceros on Friday, July 17th, presented by Aurora Healthcare. Enjoy lowriders, music, and a shop a local makers market. Get tickets at brewers.com/community nights.
Christian Yelich leads it off. Takes a first pitch strike. Singled to open up the game on the first pitch. The Yelich jersey traveling down to St. Louis. And an 0-2 hole. It's a different version of Michael McGreevy than the Brewers saw back in Milwaukee in May. It's down and in, almost got him in the back foot.
McGreevy's tough. His first 3 innings, he's hard to score runs off of. If you're going to get to him, it's usually been later in the ball game.
A couple of pitches that McGreevy has thrown that Pedro Pajes has had an opportunity to challenge, is elected not to. It's a 2-0 ball game in the third. Struck him out. 4th strikeout for McGreevy. He does not strike out a lot of batters. Jackson Chourio coming up. Number 13 on this road trip in Arizona. Second place on our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard behind Jake Bowers. Homered in Saturday's game against the Diamondbacks. Struck out in the opening inning. So Yelich jersey. Now we get a Chourio jersey. Strike 2. Now if we could find a Luis Lara jersey, now that would be really dedicated. He's his second big league game. And not the one that Luis is wearing himself.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Well, you got some time. Got to look for a Bowers. He's on deck.
Got him. Second time that Chourio goes down on strikes. 5th strikeout for McGreevy.
Second on curveball. Back-to-back Yelich, and then Chourio. You got a pitch that's working the lefties and righties. Look at the drop on this one. Knuckle curve. It's got that 4-seam spin, but it's going the wrong direction. Chourio swing and a miss.
Now it's Bowers. He drew a walk in the first inning. Back to that sweeper. Fouled off of Pajes. Ouch. Pajes given a couple of moments from Jen Powell, our home plate umpire. Says he's good for now. Oof, right off the thigh.
That's the danger of doing that little drop knee.
One and 2 on Bowers. He's still feeling it.
How could you not?
Foul by Bowers. 4 straight strikeouts for McGreevy. Twelfth batter he's faced. He's been 0-2 on 5 of them.
Very methodical too. He's using every pitch in that electronic organizer.
Working up a good lather out there. 2-2.
There's some good takes by Jake Bowers.
It's one of our favorite matchups. McGreevy against Bowers, the little big league special.
Bowers. I know it was you, buddy. I know it was you. That's our favorite movie, right?
It's up there.
You and I.
Ground ball first base. Bowers homered against McGreevy back in Milwaukee. Grounds to first base in his second AB here in the third in St. Louis. Brewers go in order.
Matt, do you have any glue?
2-0 Cardinals. Bottom half of inning number 3. Take a look at the season series so far. The Brewers have won the last 7. Cardinals won the first game here in St. Louis. The Brewers have won every game since. More than doubling up the run production, batting average of runners in scoring position, almost 300. Starters been outstanding. Relievers been outstanding. Brewers have taken the bullpen to task for the Cardinals in the season series thus far. Right now leading St. Louis by 10.5 games in the standings. Cubs are in second, 7 games back of the Brewers. Mason Wynn takes a strike on the inside corner. Doubled on the first pitch he saw. There's an up-to-date look at those standings. Pirates 2 games over 500. Pirates had a perfect game going today through 6. Jared Jones was throwing that, and then Don Kelly, the manager, took him out after 77 pitches. Ozzie Albies broke it up 2 batters later.
Yeah, I don't approve. Leave him out there.
Stick with it.
Stick with it.
Wynn takes in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But the effort from Robert Gasser last night. 7 2/3 innings. He had never recorded an out in the 7th inning in his career, let alone go out there for the 8th and nearly get through 8.
And Pat Murphy said he probably could have, but in that juncture of the game decided why stress it. 7 2/3, a 4-hit baseball, a couple of runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. He was good. Over 70% first pitch strike, and what we both enjoyed last night, he retired every leadoff man. That's a very important thing, especially for a starting pitcher.
Win into center, not deep for Mitchell. Leadoff batter retired in this 3rd inning. Brewers' last 3 starts in this series, Shane Drowan Monday night, and then Mizorowski and Gasser in the doubleheaders yesterday. I mean, those are bullpen savers, knowing what you've got coming, the game today, game tomorrow, and then 3 against the Pirates over the weekend.
Yeah, doing it in different ways too. Mizorowski strikes out 11, and Drowan, Gasser didn't need that. Saw some great defense on display as well, but to be able to toe the rubber and continually make pitches, that's what I've seen in this series from every Brewers starter and reliever. Can't say on the other side. I feel like we're talking about apples and oranges when it comes to bullpens that we've seen. Cardinals been trying to figure it out all series. They've designated guys, brought up guys. They've made tons of moves trying to get it right.
Just available arms. Saw Bruce Zimmerman get designated for assignment in between games yesterday, and then after the game last night, another DFA from Schuster. Threw almost 50 pitches in an inning and a 1/3.
I know some of it's like, oh, we got to make this move because we're handcuffed. This is all we can do. But I thought Zimmerman threw the ball well. 5 innings, 3 runs. I mean, some things could have gone his way, but I thought he threw the ball fantastic.
Shallow right, Lara hustling in. Lara dives. He's got another one. Great catch by Luis Lara in right field. He's being tested in the first 3 innings of this game in St. Louis.
Had to go back to the wall twice. Comes in big time on this one. Murph's like, I think he's okay. So after some hard contact early in this game, Harrison's getting some bloops, and great job by Lara cutting down the distance. And again, that starts with the jump, and that starts with the speed to be able to get to that ball.
Smash to second. Jones can't handle it. Walker will reach on more than likely an E4. That ball was hit hard, but right at Jones. 115 miles an hour off the bat.
Change up right down the middle. I think one thing that Walker does really well, we've seen him hit fastballs, cutters, changeups. He's always swinging early, but his bat is just in the zone for so long. That's why he's getting to a fastball, but it's still in the zone, even on a slower pitch like a changeup.
Is ruled as an E4. Gives Velasquez a chance. He struck out in the first. Toss over to Walker. He's back.
Yeah, 115 on this grass. Ball gets on you quick.
Strike on Velasquez, and he'll challenge.
The batter is challenging the call a strike.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and it is high. It's a ball.
The call is overturned. St. Louis has 2 challenges remaining.
2 inches above the strike zone. Swing and a miss through the fastball by him at 95. Velo's back for Harrison. Saw a couple of pitches in that first inning around the 93 range. We've seen 95, 97 more often than not. Threw by him again, 1-2.
Well, we talked about adjustments on what Kyle Harrison needs to do, what we saw first time through the order and second time, and it started with Mason Wynn. The first pitch that he threw to him in this inning, instead of a fastball away like starting off the game, it was a fastball inside. It's simple things like that. What are they looking for and what are they not looking for?
Keep the Cardinals at bay in this third inning. Very high. Walker dives back into the bag. All fastballs in the sequence from Kyle Harrison on Velasquez. Remember, he threw him a slurve in his first at bat, hit it 400 feet foul. Check swing appeal, didn't go. Better location though, buried the breaking ball.
Oh, got him last time on a changeup. Yeah, you start off, end up getting a couple of strikes on fastballs. There's a lot of different ways you can go, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what's he looking for? What's his bat path? What has he told me with his swings and with his takes? Because every pitch is an information transaction when it comes to pitching.
Foul away. Seventh pitch coming in this at bat to Velasquez. Ground ball to second. Another chance for Jones. Bobbles it. Light throw over to first base. Gets Velasquez. Luis Lara flashing the leather. Got turned around, made a catch. That was earlier in the ball game. In this inning, coming in, making a nice sliding catch. Lara due up third in the fourth inning. Back in St. Louis, Wire Cam brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. 2-0 Cardinals. Middle of the order coming up, starting with Contreras. It's up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Contreras flied out to deep center back in the first inning. Popped him up. Over Newt Bar. 1 away. 6 straight retired by McGreevy. 4 on strikeouts. Getting into a nice rhythm. Mitchell had a base hit on the infield in the first inning.
Well, one thing I've seen from McGreevy is that he knows exactly what he wants to throw. He hasn't taken time to try and figure it out. He is getting on the mound and throwing with a purpose.
Guy who's looking for his first win in 2 months, celebrating his 26th birthday today. For breaking ball low, it's 2-0.
And that's difficult for a pitcher too. And you think maybe you're throwing the ball well enough to get wins and your team is losing. You start putting more and more pressure on yourself. I got to be perfect today.
Swing and a miss. Chase that 2-0 cutter down and in. Cardinals have given him 2 runs of support or fewer in 8 of his starts this year. Talk about trying to be perfect all the time. Margin for error slim. Try and get Mitchell on, bring that tying run to the plate.
When Garrett Mitchell gets ahead in the count, he is batting over 500. That's the kind of damage he's been doing.
Ground ball sharply hit at Wynn. Takes care of Mitchell. Ball was smoked by Garrett Mitchell just right at Mason Wynn. 111 off the bat. And he almost beat the throw to first base.
We've seen a lot of hard hit baseballs already in the game.
Lara came up with the bases loaded in the first inning, bounced to third. And takes a strike at the top of the zone with a cutter. Lara trying to start something with 2 outs in this 4th inning. Right down the middle. Pat Murphy was applauding all of his at-bats from last night with the exception of the one against the position player. He was a little aggressive there. Just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he's not a big guy. About 170. 5'7". But the skills are there. He knows the strike zone really well, and to be that fast and bat from both sides of the plate, so valuable.
That strike 3 called on the inside corner. It's sinker on the inside edge. McGreevy with his 6th strikeout. Gorgeous night for baseball in St. Louis.
Motion for life.
Luis Lara gets the start in right field after making his major league debut in center field in last night's doubleheader. And Pat Murphy had great compliments for Luis Lara. He said he handled his debut as well as anyone I've ever seen. He said there was confidence, there was conviction in his at-bats. He said there was humility, there was a great smile, there was great energy. You saw him just be productive. He recorded his first hit, 2 RBIs, a walk as well. And he said he was also impressed by the speed that he showed, scoring from first base later in the game. He said his ability to just cut the bases perfectly, no wasted moments, and just the speed on display, the athleticism as well. So definitely high praise for Luis Lara, a player with a lot of potential, and Pat Murphy says they will find opportunities to get him in there.
Game 1 down, game 2 right now. We've already seen him dazzle with the glove. Fermin coming up. We talked about it last night, Tim, just about how well a lot of these outfielders are playing for the Brewers, and you got to give some at-bats. Churio, Mitchell, Sal Frelick's been swinging the bat better. Try and find spots for Bowers to play if Vaughn is over at first base. So, as Sophia just said, find some opportunities for Lara to play.
Yeah, and so glad we don't have the job to try to figure that out. It's going to be Pat Murphy's job to figure out how to get these guys at bats, whether it's a platoon type situation or what. But I think the benefit is everyone's doing well. Everyone's putting up quality at bats, playing above average defense, and they're playing the Brewers brand of baseball.
Fermin takes high. That's the beauty of all these guys that have come up. Now the Brewers have seen 8 rookies put on a Brewers uniform this year. Fermin out to left. Back goes Churio at the wall. It's gone. Jose Fermin goes deep. His 4th home run of the season, just ambushed a fastball right down the middle.
Well, hitters count. Fastball's 93, nearly down the middle. That ball really carried very well. Pretty deep out there in left center. Churio couldn't even get back there in time, got out in a hurry.
Big swing and a miss by Blaze Jordan on the slurve. It's 0-1, so 3-0. Brewers not in unfamiliar territory. They've trailed 3-0 in 2 of the 3 games so far in this series. Came back to win both. Jordan fouls it off his front foot.
Well, the pitch before the home run pitch was also a fastball, and it was well above the zone. So anytime you're throwing the same pitch back to back and you throw one that's more reachable for the second, just way more attractive for hitters.
To right, Lara coming in, makes the catch head high. Lara's been busy out in right field. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th for Lars Nootbaar. Nootbaar's ball in the second inning that Lara got twisted around out and right, made the catch up against the wall, jammed his shoulder into the fence in front of the Cardinal bullpen. Inside corner strike at the knees. Wave and a miss. Harrison giving up 3 runs in this outing. It's just the 3rd time this season he's allowed more than 2 runs at any start. Back-to-back outings where he's allowed 3. One and 2. Brewers will have the bottom of the order scheduled in the 5th against McGreevy. Fouled away. The Brewers have not had a man pass first base since the 1st inning. Fouled away again. All not lost. The Brewers have 6 comeback wins when they've been trailing by 3 or more runs this year. It's tied for the 3rd most in the big leagues.
Yeah, they've even trailed on this road trip, and again they have shown no panic. It's almost like the whole time they're like trying to figure something out, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's the 3-run inning, the 4-run inning, the 7-run inning. Feels a lot like that tonight as well.
1-2 roller to first base. Bowers feeding Harrison just in time to get Nootbaar. Ollie Marmol holding up for just a moment. Checking with Daniel Descalso as bench coach. They will not challenge, and we will move forward into the 5th inning. One more run for the Cardinals.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, what is it? It's seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps.
Pratt, oh my goodness, McGreevy got his glove on it and throws him out. That was a comebacker that had some ill intentions, but McGreevy knocked it down 103 miles an hour, coming right back at his midsection. I think it got him right in the glove.
He's pointing at the bird on his chest. Seems very alert, seems okay.
His heart is pumping right now. They get him in the glove or in the chest. Oh yeah, well, glove looked like. Got his hand up right in the nick of time. It was headed right for his heart though. Scary. Yeah, his blood is pumping. It's kind of how it's gone for the Brewers though. They've hit some balls hard against McGreevy. Nothing to show for it. Says I'm good. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah. Kind of funny how he just missed on a ball high and Pages behind the plate still framing. See that? Baseball players are funny. Yep.
Always working on something.
Sinker right down the middle. He's probably going to try to stay out of the middle of the plate from now on.
Deep breath by McGreevy. Trying to control that heartbeat. Now Ortiz squares the bunt, takes a strike. It's 9 straight retired by McGreevy. Grant Anderson loosening in the bullpen for the Brewers. Two and one on Joey Ortiz. Not a ton of pitches for Kyle Harrison. 70 on the nose, still less than he threw in his last appearance. Top of the order looming. Bullpen's in great shape after the doubleheader yesterday.
Oh yeah.
2-2.
And there were guys that were looking to throw 3 out of 4 days, back-to-back days. You start looking, everything's a little thin. Now suddenly today, everybody should probably be good to go.
He is just Yoho for an inning and a third in the nightcap last night. Ashby for 1, Uribe for 1 after Mizorowski in game 1. And then in the opener of the series on Monday, Chad Patrick for 2 and McGill for 1. Starting pitching has really stepped up.
And even the relievers, they're not throwing a lot of pitches to get through these innings. But they've been really good the last 10.
Chopper first base side. Foul ball. Joey Ortiz hit a home run in the second game of the doubleheader last night. His third of the season. Gave the Brewers some pad, and it started at 7 runs, 7th inning.
Yeah, that's a 1-run game at that point. Put him up by 2, and then things really got out of hand fast, escalated quickly. But Joey Ortiz, last 5 games, 8 for 17 with a double, a home run, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. He's been not missing the fastball. 6 of his 8 hits on the fastballs.
Chopper left side. Jordan comes and gets it and throws out Ortiz. Now a message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
Greg Jones struck out in the second inning. Ten straight retired by McGreevy.
And he's got outs on sweeper, cutter, curveball, 4-seamer, but I think he's been drinking out of the sink more than anything else. Sinker really good today.
He's not very predictable with anything that he's throwing. It's about the only thing he hasn't thrown well tonight is that changeup. Jones into left center. Nootbaar has it. The Brewers go in order in the 5th. 11 straight retired by McGreevy. Short start for Kyle Harrison. Just 4 innings, 70 pitches, and our Gruber Law Office's one call. That's all called to the pen. Brings in Grant Anderson. Will face 9-1-2 in the Cardinals order. He's been outstanding on this road trip. Couple of appearances in Arizona.
Yeah, last time out was an inning and 2/3. That was perfect. But on this road trip, 6 1/3 in 4 games, 5 strikeouts, just 1 run.
Swing and a miss by Pajes. Brewers going to ask him to eat some innings tonight, a couple at least, with all these right-handed hitters in the lineup. See if Ollie Marmol makes any swaps for some left-handed batters. They're all on the bench tonight. Weatherholt, Church, and the likes. Swing and a miss. Good sweeper, 1-2.
Well, one advantage the Brewers have is if they do empty the tank and start putting lefties out there, guess what? Brewers have some lefties in their bullpen. I think it's a smart move. If you have to go to the pen, go to Anderson. Let him work on all these righties. He's going to have 9-1-2 to start it all out.
2-2 on Pajes, who struck out back in the second inning. There's Jared Koenig, one of those 3 lefties the Brewers have at their disposal in the pen. Jammed him. Good sinker from Anderson. Game 4 of 5 between the Brewers and Cardinals. Brewers won the first 3. Won 7 in a row against St. Louis. Road trip continues to Pittsburgh. It's the second time the Brewers and Pirates will see each other this year. Pajes fouls it away.
Pages trying to get the sweat off his hands. I guess that's one of the downsides of not wearing any batting gloves.
Struck him out, sweaty palms and all. Mason Wynn will be the hitter.
A lot of pitches in the sequence, but ultimately wins it. He threw enough sweepers to get him off of it and elevated a fastball after a lot of pitches down at the bottom.
Wynn takes ball one. Led off the bottom of the first with a double. Ball that was misplayed by Lara out in right. Two more doubles in the inning. It was 2-0 after one. Jose Fermin homered in the fourth for St. Louis. Third and final run against Kyle Harrison. It's only the 6th time in 17 starts that he leaves the game trailing. Swing and a miss. Hasn't suffered a loss, Kyle Harrison, since the month of April. He's only got one on the year. April 11th, his only loss. Even the game he gave up 8 runs in Las Vegas.
That was a crazy one.
That was a wild game. 15-14 in 12 innings. Just missed again. 3 balls and a strike. To third base, tough play. Ortiz all the way across, made it look easy. Anything but. Top spin ground ball, played it beautifully.
Didn't have to use the surface on that one. Yesterday, though, it was a master class. Fielded the ball in left field and threw a runner out.
It was Jordan Walker, who's got really good speed too. Ivan Herrera 0 for 2. Leads the big leagues in hit by pitches.
You add that to his walk total, and he's got 74 free passes, and he's only struck out 65 times. That's probably why his on-base percentage is as high as it is.
He's on base a lot ahead of Jordan Walker. While Walker among the league leaders in RBIs, he's got 70. Popped him up. On the infield, it will be Jones who puts away Herrera. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Grant Anderson. Top of the order coming up, down by 3.
We're back at Busch Stadium, and BCF will celebrate Christmas in July coming up on Sunday, July 26th. You can stop by the BCF tables in the right field corner on the field level to start your Christmas shopping early. Find that perfect Brewers item for that special person in your life, and the proceeds from the shopping will go to the Brewers Community Foundation. That'll be fun, guys. Christmas in July.
Tim dress up as Santa, doesn't even need the beard. Ho, ho, ho. Just grab yourself a red suit and be all set. Here's Yelich. It's a strike. Christmas in July. One of the 3 hits for the Brewers belongs to Christian Yelich. 2 of them in the first inning. Well, the Brewers, if the first few games of this series are any indication, now's when their offense starts to heat up. We're just hoping it does. It's 1-2 on Yelich.
And I think McGreevy is also aware from what he has seen that may not want to turn it over to the bullpen. Bullpen has been thin. Probably wants to pitch deep into this ball game. Might be his last time out before the All-Star break, so why not? Hasn't thrown 100 pitches yet in a game this season. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes over 100 today.
Currently at 75. looking for the first base runner for the Brewers since the second inning. 11 straight retired by McGreevy. Right guy's up there, third time through. Check swing bouncer back to McGreevy. Jackson Chourio struck out twice against the Cardinals starter. He's got 6 strikeouts. His season high is 9. Struck out those 9 batters in his last win that came in San Diego on May the 8th. Chourio bangs it foul. All the hits for the Cardinals have gone for extra bases. 3 doubles in the first inning and a solo homer in the 4th.
All 4 hits on fastballs too. I think they were just kind of waiting around. They were trying to survive against the slurve. Didn't expect the changeup, but were hunting fastballs.
Chourio having a tough time seeing that McGreevy sweeper. And 2 on Jackson Chourio. Really, the 7th inning has been the key in this series for the Brewers. They're hitting under 200 in every other inning, hitting nearly 600 in the 7th. Fouled away by Jackson. Well, the way that this game is going, McGreevy more than likely won't see the 7th inning at 80 pitches, but you never know.
Well, usually games like this where the starter is in command, hasn't thrown many stressful pitches at all, the last thing you want to do is take him out.
Shallow center for Nootbaar. 2 away. Scoring along with us.
Let's check the spelling.
I always like to see other people's scorecards, see how they score a game. Everybody's language is different on their scorecards.
You can't even read mine. Mine looks.
Yours is
really bad.
I can't even tell what you're doing on yours. Here's the
no one can.
Ground ball to second base. And it's a 3-up and 3-down inning. I'm going to try and figure out what this means in box score world. I have no idea.
Good luck.
I got no shot what any of that says.
Brewers.com.
We're back at Busch Stadium. Brewers and Cardinals. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. Our Freighter and Medical College of Wisconsin injury report. Brandon Woodruff went back on the injured list after his last start in Arizona. He returned home to Milwaukee, had an MRI done on that right shoulder. Unfortunately, the imaging there revealed a new injury to the anterior shoulder capsule. So his surgeon, Dr. Keith Meister in Dallas, will provide a second opinion, review the imaging. Could lead to more testing. So still to be determined on Brandon Woodruff, but certainly tough news there revealing that imaging.
Thank you, Sophia. That is not the report that anybody wanted to hear. Something else going on in that shoulder for Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers trying to figure things out. Again, going into the All-Star break. Today, the last appearance for Kyle Harrison. Before the All-Star break, Brewers will have Logan Henderson start tomorrow, coming off the injured list. 2 strikes. Walker uses his timeout just as Anderson was about ready to pitch.
When you think about how valuable Matt Arnold, when he went to go get Brandon Sproat from the Mets, Boston, it was Drowan and Harrison. Got guys that were coming back from IL. Kind of comes to a culmination. You got to have a lot of starting pitching nowadays, and I think Matt Arnold made it a point to go out and find as many as possible.
To third, diving play. Ortiz gets up, throws to first, not this time. Couldn't get Jordan Walker a second time, but that is another dazzling play by Ortiz at third.
I mean, off the bat, I was thinking no shot, but then a
as it progressed. You're like, you never know. Look at that backhanded snag in the outfield grass. Perfect. And then popped up just a little off of first base. I think Walker's going to be there anyway, but just the athleticism to, that's a burpee. That's a burpee. Dive, catch a ball, pop up.
Pitch timer violation on the hitter, Velasquez. So it's 0-1 on the hitter. Free strike there for Grant Anderson. Check the swing. Didn't go. Todd Titchener over at first base. Saw Jared Koenig loosening in the Brewers bullpen. The Brewers have not announced their starting rotation for the weekend. It is possible you see Jacob Mizorowski Sunday. And that would be a matchup, again, potentially against Paul Skeens to end the first half in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that'd be round 2 of Mizorowski and Skeens.
Miz beat him last year. One and two. Fouled away. More than likely to see Brandon Sproat in one of those games in Pittsburgh. Two. Very high and outside. Nice play by Contreras. Got him. Strikes out Velasquez. One away in the 6th. Walker stays put at first base, and it will be a pitching change. Pat Murphy feeling well enough. He's made a pitching change last night. Went and got Gasser. Now he's going to go get Anderson. Jared Koenig's going to come into this game to face Alec Burleson. Brewers trailing it by a score of 3-0. Bottom of the 6th in St. Louis.
Your local Hyundai dealer today.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. And by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. Back in St. Louis, looking across the old mighty miss. 3-0 Cardinals, and Jared Koenig is on for the Brewers. 8th overall appearance for him. Koenig last worked in Arizona. Saturday went an inning and 2/3. Gave up a run and a couple of hits. Alec Burleson will wait for a moment after that toss to first. Whoa, look out.
It's already uncomfortable lefty on lefty, especially when you're facing somebody like Jared Koenig. Big, long wingspan. Mainly sinkers and cutters. To left-handed batters, that one a sinker.
Crossfire action there from Koenig. 2-0 on Burleson. Nobody loosening in that Cardinal bullpen. McGreevy will go out for the 7th. It's a strike on Burleson. McGreevy has not recorded an out in the 7th inning this year. Runner goes 2-1. Low throw to second base. Pratt couldn't hang on. Keep that tag on Walker. Throw sailed on Contreras ever so slightly.
Yeah, this is actually not a terrible pitch. I think Contreras kind of jumped up too quick, made the pitch look worse than it was. Comes up the line, Walker in with a steal.
Burleson takes a strike. It's 3-2 for Walker. That's his 12th stolen base. Burleson hammers one to right. This is back and gone. Another extra base hit, another home run for St. Louis.
Full count cutter. Middle in, and Burleson does not miss it. And just to be sure he didn't miss it, he stood there and watched it.
443 feet away. Toyota drive of the game right there by Burleson. He was hanging on to make sure it wasn't going to go foul. It was not. It was true. It's in tight on Fermin. He had the other home run. Just one single by the St. Louis Cardinals. 3 doubles, 2 homers. Fermin rips it foul.
Well, in the left on left situation that Pat Murphy put into place kind of backfires. Burleson not great against lefties this year, but he was great on that swing.
It's his 2nd home run this year against the left-hander. 8th career home run against the lefty. Fly ball to left. Back is Churio with a play. 2 outs in the 6th inning. One of those 2 runs charged to Grant Anderson. Close the book on him as Blaze Jordan steps up. 0-4-2 line to right as last time. Ball and a strike on Jordan.
Really good changeup there, and that was following Koenig's fastest pitch so far in his 12 pitches. Early on, low 90s, already up to 95. The changeup's going to look a lot better the harder that fastball is.
Koenig's been a huge piece of the Brewers bullpen the last couple of years. Towards short, Pratt backhand. Couldn't keep it in the glove. Base hit for Blaze Jordan. Pratt thinking about the throw before he had secured the catch.
I think I was too. We were talking earlier today watching them take infield that we were just waiting for him to unleash because he's got such a strong arm. And I think he thought this ball was going to pop up a little more than it did. Gets under the glove, might have hit his toe. Another infield hit for the Cardinals.
Lars Nootbaar 0-2. And strike 1 on Lars. Nootbaar to second base. Jones. Underhand flip. The Cardinals get a couple more in the 6th inning. Home run by Alec Burleson. Go to the 7th.
$10.99 you can eat.
Toyota game reset. It is all Cardinals tonight. Michael McGreevy's 6 innings of scoreless baseball. He's going out there for the 7th. Kyle Harrison with just 4 innings today, 70 pitches. A couple of home runs hit by St. Louis, Fermin and Burleson. Brewers chasing 5 in this 7th inning. And ball 1 on Contreras. McGreevy with 84 pitches. Nathan Church takes over in center. Nootbaar slides over to left. Contreras hits a high pop-up. Shallow left center. Giving way to Nootbaar. Lost his hat and his sunglasses. It's almost dark. You don't need those shades anymore. See, you get the graphic when you make the catch. Here's Garrett Mitchell. Turned out to be a really nice night here in St. Louis. That's ripped into the gap in right center field, past Walker and all the way to the wall. Mitchell around first. He heads for second, and he'll put on the brakes. Down 5-0. No reason to risk anything. Another good piece of hitting from Garrett Mitchell. He's 2 for 3. First base runner for the Brewers since the 2nd inning.
He goes after the first pitch, a cutter inside, and unleashes the Kraken on this one. Hit so hard that I think Walker thought he was going to have a chance to get out ahead of it, and then has to take a right turn towards the gap to go pick it up.
Luis Lara, second game of his big league career. He's 0 for 2. 7th inning has been the magic inning for the Brewers in this series. As we told you, their batting average coming into this game was at .571 as the bullpen gets going. Luis Gastelum would make his major league debut if he comes in. Two-0 on Lara. Need some base runners in this 7th. Looked at a strike. Garrett Stallings is now loosening in the Brewers pen. Tell you, Lara not afraid to take some pitches up at the plate. Lines one to left, a base hit. They will hold Mitchell as Nootbaar got to it quickly. Lara hit it square. There they are, 1st and 3rd for Cooper Pratt.
And a very similar pitch that he struck out on in his previous at bat. It was a sinker. The other one was further in. This one at the top of the zone. He gets after it.
Ollie Marmol coming out. He's going to make the move. You see a big league debut here in a moment. Luis Gastelum is coming in for St. Louis. 6 1/3 strong from Michael McGreevy on his 26th birthday. He heads back to the dugout. Brewers have something brewing, though, in this 7th inning. Michael McGreevy, after 6 1/3 good innings, we'll watch this Cardinal bullpen take over. It's Luis Gastelum, native of Mexico, makes his major league debut. Pitching to a .227 ERA in AAA Memphis, a 7-1 record.
Yeah, just 5 extra base hits given up in over 40 innings. That's impressive.
Cooper Pratt takes high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. There's that fastball from Gastelum. His calling card is the changeup. Really good changeup from Gastelum. Into left. In comes Nootbaar. Tagging at third is Mitchell. He'll score. Shutout is gone. It's 5-1 on the sacrifice fly from Cooper Pratt. Gotta start somewhere.
Well, it's a good piece of hitting. If you have a man on third, less than 2 outs, the goal is to get him in. We saw Christian Yelich able to do that yesterday. Never know what it's going to spark.
Run charge to McGreevy. Andrew Vaughn is in the on deck circle as Ortiz digs in, trying to extend the inning to Vaughn. Luis Lara over at first. See if he puts his wheels in motion. Big lead. Ground ball. That is a fair ball down the line. Luis Lara chugging towards third base. He'll be held there. Throw to second. Ortiz dives in. He's got a double. And here come the Brewers in the 7th inning. Just fair inside the bag.
Ortiz staying hot. Toes the line with this choppa. Stays fair, able to go. Thought Luis Lara is going to have a good jump. Let's take a look at the Potawatomi Sportsbook wire cam. He is going, and here's what Matt Erickson sees. He sees the ball in Nootbaar's hand, ready to make a decision on a throw, and he makes his decision to hold Luis Lara at third.
Down by 4 runs. No reason to try and do something crazy there as Romero starts to loosen.
Well, when they brought in Church and slid Nootbaar over to left, they were trying to go with their best outfield, and Nootbaar played it really well off of that foul wall down the left field side.
Vaughn pinch hitting for Jones. Base hit right here gets you right back in the game. Vaughn takes strike one. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Gastelum. Yelich on deck. This is all about Vaughn. Rips it foul right side. Second and third. 2 away and 0-2 count on Vaughn. Off the end of the bat. Gastelum has it and throws out Vaughn. Brewers get 1. Strand a couple in scoring position. Time to stretch in St. Louis.
Like replace.
Every Brewers RBI. Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours equivalent to $250 to childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. Cooper Pratt with a sacrifice fly. The Brewers have some changes defensively. Andrew Vaughn stays in the game. He is at third base. Joey Ortiz slides over to second. Haven't seen him at second base this year. Pedro Paez will lead it off for St. Louis against Garrett Stallings. Second appearance of his big league career, pitched Thursday against the Reds in his big league debut.
Scoreless 9th inning, gave up a hit, gave up a walk, but got his first major league strikeout. First time pitching on this road trip as well. There's Andrew Vaughn at third base.
Second time we've seen him there.
He did take ground balls at third earlier today, so he's not completely foreign to the idea.
Swing and a miss. Good changeup by Stallings. To Ortiz at second. He hasn't played a lot of second base. Hasn't needed to with Terang over there.
I think you could put him anywhere.
Swing and a miss. Got him again with a changeup. Paez gone for a third time on strikeouts. Mason Wynn is the hitter. Ortiz played in 6 different games in 2024 at second base. None last year as the everyday shortstop. Mason Wynn takes strike 1. Has shorted Vaughn 1 appearance. He's at third base for the 3rd time this year. Adding another one to his baseball card.
A whopping 2 innings. Now 2 1/3 innings at third.
That's right. Got him. Another changeup. Changeup's filthy for Stallings. Back-to-back Ks in the 7th inning. Go back to the 3rd inning. Our Aurora Healthcare defensive play of the game. It's Luis Lara coming in, taking a base hit away from Ivan Herrera.
And after crashing into the wall a couple of times, he gets to run in. The sprint speed, the covering the distance. Great glove. They knew they had a great glove. A Gold Glove winner last year, and he's showing it off.
He's had an eventful day out there in right. Started from the first pitch that Kyle Harrison threw as Herrera takes up and in.
First ball from Stallings. 2 outs on 6 strikes. A couple of strikeouts. Changeup looking really good.
Threw it again but missed. 2-0 on Herrera. Grant Anderson for an inning and a 3rd. Koenig for 2/3. Wave and a miss. 2-2 on Herrera.
Stallings looks sharp too. And I mean, if you don't pitch to a hitter for almost a week, I know you get your in-between time, you get a flat ground on the side, or you throw some off the bump. Hard to do. Hard to stay sharp when you're not getting those live reps, but looking really good.
Two. Tried to get him with a curveball. 3-2. It's Jordan Walker on deck. He's had the best at-bats of the night for the Cardinals. Really all series for St. Louis. 3-2. Got him. 3 strikeouts, all on changeups for Garrett Stallings. A flawless 7th inning.
So, think you know the Brew Crew? Put your Brewers knowledge to this test. The Brewers Guess Who giveaway for the first 25,000 fans at the game Saturday, July 25th, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
It's for ages 4 and up. That's good. Means we can play, Tim.
I actually really want one of those.
They're really cool.
I don't know if I'm on there or not. I'm guessing I'm the face that's covered up that's behind Christian Yelich.
Well, guess what? We can guess who. Here's JoJo Romero. He's not in the game because he's not a former Brewer. 42nd appearance for him. Romero pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader. Yelich hit a double against him. Tight, 3 balls and no strikes. Certainly not insurmountable. Down by 4. Yeah, that's ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight pitches. Sophia, let's check in with you as Jackson Churio comes to the plate from the right side of the plate. He didn't do that last night against a position player.
No, this was the 9th inning last night. He was facing Brian Torres, and this all came together pretty quickly. William Contreras, even Pat Murphy encouraging him. Why not just take an at-bat against as a lefty? And you see the reaction from the dugout. I talked to Jackson. This is something he doesn't do this ever, not even in the cage, not messing around. He said the last time he swung left-handed, he was maybe 12 or 13 13 years old back home in Venezuela. He said, you know, why not? I would obviously never do that in a competitive at-bat against a reliever, but he said it was fun. And he did admit he was a little nervous because he wasn't sure how the swing was going to go, what the outcome was going to be there. He said, I was nervous I was going to miss or look bad there. But the exit velocity, guys, was 98 miles per hour. And I think that's what got everybody's attention, was just how natural it looked. And I asked Bryce Terang for his review of it. He said, nothing surprises me with that kid.
He can do it all. It was a good looking swing. The biggest challenge he had was finding a helmet that was going to fit him. It landed on Jake Bauers. It's ahead of Romero, 2-1. Get fouled 2-2.
I just thought it was great how level his swing was. It wasn't choppy in any way. Looked pretty natural. Really glad he's batting righty right now, though.
The Brewers need him to come up with a big hit, get himself on base somehow against Romero. Action starts in the Cardinals' pen against Soriano. 3-2 on Jackson Chourio. Bauers on deck, then Contreras. In on his hands with the sweeper. Here's George Soriano. Brewers bullpen is quiet after Stallings was perfect in the bottom of the 7th. Got him. Challenged him with a fastball and got it by Jackson Chourio. He's now 1 for 16 in the series.
You saw a little bit of everything in the at-bat. Some sinkers, some changeups, a sweeper. Into the at-bat with a fastball.
Bauers takes a high strike. 0 for 1 against Romero. And that at bat came earlier this year. It's down and away. Vaughn pinch hit for Bauers in game 1 yesterday against Romero. Sweeper, sweeper, fastball in the sequence from Romero to Bauers.
I think JoJo Romero, he gave up that double to Yelich on a pitch he was able to, it was away. He was trying to hit it to left field, got the left field line for that double. Now he's starting to crowd all the lefties.
Fouled it away. Bauers, that fastball down and in.
I think when you get burned like that, he came in with other people's runners on base and he thought he executed a good pitch. Yelich goes opposite field. It makes you think, okay, maybe that's what they're thinking. Crowded Yelich, ends up walking him, but what we've seen from Bauers, it's mainly inside and up.
Yelich the runner at first. He drew a walk. Strike 3 call. Bauers couldn't pull the trigger on the high fastball. Back-to-back Ks for Romero, and he deals with Contreras in this 8th inning. Contreras 0 for 3, 3 fly ball outs. Strike 1 clipped the corner. Extra juice on that fastball today from Romero. Tapper towards short. Win. Throws out Contreras. Brewers had the leadoff man on, couldn't move him. Wire Cam presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Garrett Stallings back to work in this bottom of the 8th inning. He'll face the heart of the Cardinals order. Starting with Jordan Walker, with St. Louis leading by a 5-1 score. Brewers have had their opportunities, but just could not get that big hit with runners in scoring position. 2 for 5. None of those hits netted runs, though. Walker, big swing and a miss that first pitch. All-star for the first time for Jordan Walker. He's the first homegrown outfielder to be an all-star for the Cardinals since 2003. Albert Pujols, who was playing in left field that year. Hall of Fame induction coming up September 12th. Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols going in together. Liner caught by Pratt. Another changeup from Stallings eliminates Walker's at bat.
Doing their best they can to get Walker off base. Reached on an error, infield single. Double. Finally retires him.
Church at the plate, came into play in center a couple of innings ago, replacing Vasquez. Church takes a strike. There's Riley O'Brien, who was added to the All-Star team yesterday. Hasn't pitched much of late. Cardinals have not been winning a lot of games, and if they have, they've been by big lopsided scores. Wave and a miss. That changeup is on point from Stallings.
And it's very impressive that he has not got a lot of action since getting called up, and yet he is getting some ugly swings and misses on guys that have been doing really well in this ball game.
Get it and go, and that changeup guided foul by Church. Church had some really ugly swings against Jacob Mizorowski. Now, that is nothing odd against Mizorowski. But Miz was all smiles during his last at bat against Church. Ground ball to second base. Ortiz throws out Church.
Hey, tonight's Tavern of the Game winner is Hagelin's Corner Bar in Plum City. If the tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Burleson with his 2-run home run back in the 6th inning. Difference in this game, and may have put it out of reach for the Brewers. Driven in 3 of the 5.
Now this is a big test for Stallings. Burleson batting over 340 against right-handed pitchers. Most of his home run damage is against them as well.
To the third baseman, Vaughn. Throws him out like he's done it his whole life over there at third base. 3 up and 3 down again go the Cardinals. Last chance for the Brewers as we go to the 9th against Riley O'Brien.
In theaters July 10th.
Cardinals 3 outs away from picking up their first win against the Brewers in their last 8 games. The Brewers had won 7 in a row coming into today as Garrett Mitchell swings and misses at the changeup from Riley O'Brien, just named a National League All-Star yesterday. He got 22 saves on the season.
Yeah, been really good. Look at the walks. Way down. Not a big strikeout guy, about 1 an inning, but his big thing is ground balls. A lot of ground balls. Uses that leverage along with the sinker, sweeper, slider. Doesn't throw a lot of changeups, but we've already seen one in this at bat. And a blazing fastball, upper 90s.
Swing and a miss by Mitchell. Mitchell with 2 hits today, 2 of the 6. A double, and he scored the only run in the 7th. The rally caps are on for the Brewers fans. Non-save situation for Riley O'Brien. He has struggled in these appearances. 8 games, 6 earned runs, 6.48 ERA. Non-save situations. He's only pitched once this month. Challenge from Pajes behind the plate.
The catcher is challenging the call ball.
Trying to get his pitcher a strikeout, and it won't work.
Call is confirmed. St. Louis has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, you can't take him home with you. Might as well. Good eye by Garrett Mitchell.
3-2 coming. That's strike 3 called. Mitchell didn't challenge, and he would have won it if he did. Brewers have 1 left. They're going to leave it in the pocket. Here's Luis Lara.
I mean, it looked a lot like the pitch before that, and you kind of wonder. I mean, this is the situation that you would use that. 9th inning, down.
Give yourself a fighting chance. That's the same pitch, but called for a ball. Lara base hit in 3 tries tonight. 2 for his first 7 in the big leagues. Cooper Pratt on deck. Lara straightens up. Hey, that's not even close. Ground ball towards the middle. Backhand play. Fermin got him just in time. Holding up a hand is Pat Murphy just in case. No challenge.
Well, I wonder if before tomorrow's game, are they going to come together and go, listen, guys, we are taking a lot of pitches and not challenging enough. It was way closer than probably anybody thought it was going to be over at first.
Pratt's had some good at-bats today, 1 for 2, including the sac fly back in the 7th. Pratt, a line drive and a left, a base hit. He's starting to figure it out at the plate. Brewers are still breathing in this 9th inning. And Sal Frelick will come off the bench and hit for Joey Ortiz.
That's a good piece of hitting by Cooper Pratt. We've seen him go to the opposite field a ton, and now we're starting to see him pull the ball a little bit, especially on a pitch 99 elevated.
So Frelick digs in. 0 for 6 in the doubleheader. Pratt goes and will take second base on indifference. Sal with just 1 hit on this road trip. 1 out of 18. A little high chopper over the mound. Fermin throws him out. Ball game over. It's a 5-1 Cardinals win. They ride the extra base hit to their first victory in the last 8 games against Milwaukee.
Well, the Cardinals put this together on the back of a great performance by Michael McGreevy, a guy that was probably due at this point. He was 6 1/3 strong, just giving up 1, and the bullpen came up big for the Cardinals. Brewers couldn't put it together. They had base runners all at different times, it seemed like. And Kyle Harrison, once again, an early exit. Bullpen looked good. Garrett Stallings, I thought, was outstanding. That big highlight on a game that the Brewers and probably Pat Murphy will say wasn't their best.
Harrison suffers just his 2nd loss of the season. Brewers can still win 4 out of 5 if they get out there tomorrow night. We got Brewers postgame coming up, brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. 5-1 your final score. Sophia and Tim will have that coming up next.